Vamos a grabar. 3, 2.
Ok, preguntas para cine, información y más. Liz Hill. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This interview is for Cine, Información y Más. The host is Liz Hill. She would like to know, how did you find out about Elena Poniatowska's book?
Actually, Lena knew the art of Leonora before. She told me about it. But by accident, at some point when I was in the library, in my favorite library in Berlin, I came across this book by Elena in German, the German translation. In Germany, it's called Bride of the Wind. And I was immediately captivated by Elena's writing style, because she balances a journalistic account with the work of great literature. And in the book, there's this amazing scene where, in the south of France, Leonora's interior world, her mind collapses, and at the same time, the outer world also falls apart. And this mirror image really intrigued me and was so cinematic that I thought, this needs to be a film. And then I talked to Lena about it, and then we learned who Elena Poniatowska is and what an icon she is. And that was the starting point of our journey.
Yeah, and then that was 2017, so we thought we can only convince Elena Poniatowska to give us her novel, to adapt it into a film, if we are actually going to Mexico City and meet her face to face. And so we did, and she was from the get-go very welcoming. The first meeting was already in her house. We had tea in her living room. And yeah, she really trusted us with her book, and for that we're really, really thankful.
I'm gonna read this as I am Liz. So I love how the movie is segmented, and I love the fun facts behind the scenes. So I would like to know, first off, what was the best thing about filming in Xilitla?
The best thing was that you felt like you're on an expedition. Because it's in the jungle, it's really in the middle of nowhere, and it felt like an adventure. And at the same time, it's such a place that nowhere else in the world exists. It looks like an ancient ruin, but it's not. And it feels like you're inside a painting. So that was, it's something really overwhelming to shoot there and to be there. So I can only encourage everyone to go there and feel the same thing.
What was the biggest challenge filming the segment The Horse?
So I mean, that's the whole kind of Europe part almost, right? So, I mean, for us, logistically, we shot in 2 different countries there. We shot in south of France, and we shot in Germany, and we had to make Germany look like Paris and England before we then went on to Mexico. So I think that was quite challenging to move a little team around, and then it grew a bigger team, and then split the team into the Mexican team. So I think the logistics were quite challenging.
Yeah, that, and also it was the first, we had to shoot a scene where Leonora and Max had sex, which is a very delicate thing to do. And that was quite a challenge to do it in a way that was right for everybody.
In the segment The Hyena, there's a very strong scene. How did you recreate it?
In Santander, I guess.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the hyena itself, it was quite a challenge to bring all the pieces into one place, and also to combine the different countries we were shooting in, Mexico and Germany. It's connected also with the asylum, the time in the asylum, and the treatment Leonora received there. It was really important to us that everybody you see in that scene is a real nurse. so they really know it's all. We created everything as it was, like it was nothing was made up. It's really how they did this treatment, and of course this was very challenging also for Olivia to play.
Lena, tell us about your cameo in the movie.
Well, actually, we both have a cameo in the movie. So I play Kati Orna. It's, of course, just a very little scene, but we thought it's really important to show that there were more European artists, and Kati Orna, as you all know, was a fantastic photographer. So it was important for us to kind of bring her in, but kind of she leaves immediately, but for people who know, they know. So I'm not an actress, and I felt really bad in front of the camera, so I don't know if I'm going to do it again. But I have to say, Thor's cameo as Harold Carrington, as the father of Leonora, I think was much better.
Okay, and tell us please, why did you decide, or how did you get into the that you will give Luis Gerardo Méndez 2 roles?
We wanted to have somebody who leaves an impact, a very strong note in the film, and also to create a moment that, especially also for a Mexican audience, is very recognizable. Mm-hmm. And Luis Gerardo was, from the beginning, when we talked to our Mexican co-producers, was someone we could really see, because he brings a completely different color and tone. Mm-hmm. And it's good to mix things that are not that are really contrary to each other. And it worked out really well with Luis Gerardo. He's a dream to work with. Really, it was great fun to shoot, because he also has a great sense of humor, and it was the first time that he had a bald cap. They call it a bald cap, and it was quite funny to create these characters with him, really.
Yeah, and I think with Dr. Luis and the gallerist Antonio, it's really interesting, because both are kind of male antagonists, in a sense that they corner Leonora Carrington, and she kind of has to break out of both situations, which she does. So I think that was also very intriguing for Luis to play these very different but then kind of similar characters at the same time.
What is the thing that you most admire about surrealism and about Leonora Carrington?
I admire her resilience, the fact that she really walked her whole life this fine line between creativity and the challenges of her troubled mind. And about surrealism, I think we live in a very materialistic time. And I think in general art, but surrealism in particular, was also very subversive and questioning the way we talk, the rituals we use. And that's why I think it's still very inspirational to this day. That's what I really think is matters a lot in our time.
I think for me also, adding to what Thor already said, which I agree as well, and is kind of what I really love about Leonora Carrington and her art, is that she managed to somehow marry the Celtic mythology with the Mexican mythology, and kind of bring the symbolism of two worlds, or two cultures together. And I really hope that inspires people as well to come together again.
Okay, so Olivia, Cassandra, and Alexander, they really look exactly the same as Remedios, Max, and Leonora. How was the process of this casting?
It was. It happened over a long period of time. I mean, with Olivia, it happened in 2020, quite early on, because of course she was the starting point as Leonora Carrington. And at that point, we were not allowed, because it was in the midst of COVID. So you could not just go somewhere. You had to really plan this very thoroughly. And we casted her in London. And immediately when she walked into the room, she was the last actress of the day. There was something about her presence and her voice that really we felt this is this is Leonora. Although she looks very different in real life from the Leonora you see in the film. She really transformed into Leonora Carrington. And with Alexander Scheer, the German, the Max Ernst, he was on our list early on because he's a very well-known actor in Germany, and he's in the right age. He has this sensitivity for art. He's doing art himself, so he brought a lot to the table. And then, of course, Cassandra was really, it was magical because we were looking for Remedios for a while, and at some point our Mexican co-producers, Melimelo and Piano, they suggested Cassandra, among others, but Cassandra stood out immediately. And in the first Zoom call we had, because we could not meet in person since she was in Mexico and we were in Germany, and we like to see the actors really in one room to see if they have chemistry. But once they were on the Zoom, you could see, it felt as if they already know each other. Mm-hmm. It felt really like a friendship from the start. And so it was really clear that Cassandra has to be Cassandra. But then on top of the casting came the whole business with the hair, you know, because we used a lot of wigs in the film, and that's a quite delicate thing because they are really difficult to make, and I learned a lot about wigs, really. I could tell you, I know now how a good wig looks and how a bad wig looks.
And the best wigs are from Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the best ones are from Paris.
Because they use real hair and they actually are very lightweight and look real.
So both of Leonora and Cassandra were real Paris wigs?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
and
okay.
also Max.
And also Max. Oh, okay. So, well, the last question, we saw Elena yesterday at the premiere, and we saw her clapping at the end of the movie. So, did she tell you anything about the movie? How she liked it?
Yes, of course. I mean, we were very nervous because it was the first time Elena saw the film with us on a big screen. So afterwards, we approached her and asked her how she liked it, and it was really beautiful because she said she thinks our film is very loyal to the soul of her novel, and she congratulated us, and I think that was the highlight already of our stay here.
Yeah, because I mean, over the years she was very, very helpful with a lot of things because she's a time witness, first of all. She knew Leonora personally, and she's one of the most gifted writers in the Mexican literature of the 20th century. So to have her as someone who you can always talk to was really, it was worth so much. Mm-hmm. So I feel very grateful.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Corte.